I wasn't going to buy a car, but I saw a great car commercial this weekend. I'm going to head on down to the White House, Tesla dealership, and pick myself up a Model 3, I think. I mean, it's good for the whole family, and I believe it starts at just under $35,000. And according to the President of the United States, it's all computers on the inside.
Can you bring up the notes that Trump used to talk about the cars as he was doing his pitch? I guess the reporters got a really good view of it.
I've been seeing a meme for people saying like everything is computer. Is that what this
Trump got? Trump sat into a Tesla for what was clearly the first time in his life, and he said, "It's all computers on the inside."
Yeah. To be honest, that same thing happened to me in 2018. After driving my 15-year-old Tacoma, I was like, "What the hell? Everyone's got screens now."
Yeah,
backup cameras.
If you've never been in a Tesla, it has a very large.
Where are you getting 35 grand on that price list?
At the bottom. Tesla can be purchased as low as $299 a month or for $35,000. See, I read the whole thing, Woody.
I guess I didn't. I stopped above his thumb.
What's he covering up?
Look at those big, powerful hands. God damn. And well manicured. I appreciate that in a man. You come around with jagged nails, I know you don't get pussy.
Hands.
You appreciate a well manicured male hand?
You see a man with jagged nails, you know he doesn't get pussy.
Or he's just really bad at it. He's just really upsetting those women.
Yeah, I mean, that could be too. That there's just a line of women walking with limps.
What about a guy who bites his nails so low that they're like Elijah Wood in Lord of the Rings? That's almost like the apex predator. You can't even feel a nail if you wanted to.
He could turn a woman, a lesbian. He could turn a lesbian with those non-nails that he had. They're just gone.
Hal, what do you actually think of Trump pitching his, Elon, his biggest donators company's cars on the White House lawn?
What I actually think about it, and here's what I think is going on, is in private, Elon's saying, "My God, I'm here trying to do great things for the American people and try to save them money, try to cut this waste and try to do something for the benefit of all of America for free. And I'm the richest man in the world. And man, my stock's tanking. People are shitting on my cars, and I'm sure he's shares this with Trump. And Trump was like, "Hey, why don't we shoot you a little commercial out on the front lawn? I'd love to hawk something. It's been a age since I've sold any playing cards or sneakers or anything. Hell, I haven't sold a Trump steak in a decade or more. So let's do a car commercial. I've done one of those before." And they're like, "Oh, you do that for me, Mr. President? That'd be amazing if you do a car commercial. Could I bring all my models? How many do you have?" "Well, 4 or 5, depending." "Yeah, all right, let's do it." That's how it went. I don't think there was any fuckery going on or any evil moo-ha-ha. I think Elon Musk is financially in a rough spot because of what he's doing. Trump recognizes that, and he's like, "I can help a little."
So was it a full-on commercial, Woody?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They put about 4 or 5 Teslas on the White House yard, and then Trump went from car to car saying how much he likes each one of them and how wonderful each one of them were, with the notes that you saw on the screen.
It's made of steel and it's heavy.
No, that's pretty cringy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. But no one seems to be enforcing that law. He did it his first term as well. And I don't think it helps Tesla. I think that Tesla is in trouble because it's associated with MAGA already, and it just got linked even tighter. If you sell freaking yarmulkes, you don't want Hitler's endorsement. And that's Elon's situation.
So good, Hitler will buy them. The best yarmulkes you've ever imagined. Come on, that'd be good. It is a good yarmulke. I admit, it's amazing. Craftsmanship. That'd be the best commercial ever. That's the commercial you would make, though.
No, it's
not.
With that.
I
would not try to get Hitler to tell the Jews that this is what you should buy.
No, an impersonator, not real Hitler. He's dead.
Fake Hitler.
It could have
Hitler.
A bad impact on your sales.
I don't love whataboutism, but Joe Biden was driving around in a Ford Lightning saying, "Man, this sucker is fast," for the TV cameras.
So Joe Biden, for it was EV Day or something like that, invited a handful of companies, American car companies, at least 3 of which provided EVs. And he was the world should be moving to electronic vehicles. Right? He didn't endorse Teslas and only Teslas.
He didn't invite
I feel like the comparison there isn't a good one. And anytime you try to explain nuance, you're losing. Like, I get that. You know, Joe sold EVs from a bunch of different American companies. Trump said, get a Tesla.
So Tesla didn't get invited to Biden's electric car thing?
No, that's why Biden turned. That's why that was the beginning of Musk turning on Biden and the Democrats, not so much the trans thing. He wasn't invited to the EV summit. It was a huge error. Since then, that's when he started shifting and saying, this is a while back, obviously, but that's when he started tweeting stuff about, there's good people on both sides, you know, Republican, Democrat, because he'd been so left leaning.
Yeah.
I remember that well, them snubbing him and not inviting him to that thing.
What was the rationale for it? Because he was, there still is the biggest guy. Like, there's no other, is there an electric car company bigger than Tesla or no?
Well,
the rationale was
that
they were supporting car companies that support union labor, and Tesla doesn't hire any unions. So he didn't promote non-union auto manufacturers. So they might hate it, but that is the rationale.
But it's an EV summit. So either
I get it. I think it was a mistake too. But Taylor asked what the rationale was.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. In the meantime, though, I feel like Tesla's in so much trouble. Like, they need they're going to need some assistance. Didn't they lose like half their stock value in the last few months or something crazy like that? Like,
near that. They're back down to the levels they were at like 4.5 years ago. The last 4.5 years of gains have been wiped out. Used Teslas?
Yeah, because I expect the market there to fall out because, look, I don't know if you go on Reddit, but there are people vandalizing random Tesla
Dude,
vehicles.
I've seen a bunch of that, like just clips on Twitter. What a fucking psycho.
It'll be like, sell your car. And I've seen people put a Mazda badge on there.
That's my favorite. And you know what? I think I saw an Audi badge. And to be honest, I think there's a subreddit devoted to people like misbadging their Teslas so that they can, like, on the down low, not be identified as a Tesla driver. And it works. Teslas look just like everything else. There is nothing remarkable to look at a Tesla to me. I looked at a brand new Camry. It is more stylish than a Tesla.
Actually, I might go along with that. What we saw the other day, those Fiskars, those look sexy to me. The Maserati Quattraport, I saw a Quattraport in traffic yesterday, a white one. I was like, what is that? What is that? And then it took off and went, and I was like, is that a? And I followed him for a while, and it was exactly that. I'm so into that car. I've been looking at 2012 Maserati Quattraports. That apparently that's what everyone wants, is the 2012 one. Something about the suspension or whatever, but they're like $10,000. They're these 450 horsepower supercharged 4-door Maseratis. That probably are going to need $10,000 worth of maintenance immediately, but I kind of want one. I've been looking at them. That and a used Tesla like would really hit the spot. That would, you could get one of those Model S plaids for like $45,000.
Ugh, I hate that name.
I don't care about the name. More into the performance.
You do get the reference from Spaceballs, Taylor, maybe?
I've seen Spaceballs. I was thinking plaid, like the kind of clothes, like the color on pattern on.
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah. For some reason, I maybe Kyle remembers. He's so good with movie lines.
Never seen Spaceballs.
Oh, it's not great.
Anyway, he's like, you know, there's fast, impulse speed, warp speed, ludicrous speed, and then I think plaid was the highest of all speeds. And then as you saw, you know, first you see the stars coming at you, kind of like driving in the snow, and then it turns plaid at some point.
Okay, I remember. Okay, that was a good joke from that movie. I remember that now.
Yeah. So, dude, on a different topic, I tried to start my truck. Here's what happened. A little of both. So last night, I'm taking a step back. My daughter has car trouble, right? She has some sort of transmission issues. So while that's in the shop, she's using my wife's car. Okay, boom. And I'm like, all right, well, if we're going to do that, I need to make sure that my truck starts. It hasn't been driven in like 2.5 months. I go outside, I press the button, and it's like a row. And it starts. And I'm like, perfect. Nothing to. And I was concerned. So this morning at the crack of dawn, my wife gets up for her dental appointment, and she's like, it won't start. throw clothes on, go outside, can't get it going. I eventually have to charge the battery. She misses her dental appointment. Now the truck is properly charged. I should have done it the first time. But
Yeah.
Well, at least it's there.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked.
So it'll be good 2.5 months.
How long did you
now
drive when you started it? How long did you drive it for? Like you had that first initial thing where it was like it barely started, but then it did start. After that, how long did you drive around?
I let it idle for about 20 seconds, went inside and declared success.
Yeah, that's what did it.
It's like I used its last start or being colder overnight. One of those two things made it not the same.
I'm making this up, but I bet modern batteries have something where they're like, all right, but give them one little bit more, just enough to go one more time. Put that over in this corner. Like use that last little bit of magic it had.
I guess so. It was so close to starting without help this morning. Like you could hear it, like almost make it.
My battery cable came unhooked one time, and the car won't do shit without the battery. Obviously, like you can't unlock the doors, you can't do nothing, and the battery's in the trunk. So I'm sitting, and you can't open the trunk without the battery. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out what I'm going to do in a parking lot. I fold the seats down, and I have to crawl all the way back there. But there's a mat covering the battery box, and I got all my shit in my trunk. You know, there's like first aid shit, and there's old clothes, and there's a pair of boots, and shit. There's junk back there. So I'm having to like throw that over my shoulder, finally crawl down in there, and like I can't see it. So I'm just blindly wiggling. I know what it's going to feel like. And I finally hear click, click, click. I'm like, oh, God. Finger tighten it. And I have to crawl all the way back through my fucking car to do it again. I was like, somebody's going to see me out here and think I'm stealing this fucking car. It was, that's the first time that's happened, I think.
I don't mean to be one-up guy, but the battery cable comes loose on our ski boat for my paragliding club. And depending on who's like in charge of the boat, like if it's me, I'm like, that sounds like a loose battery. And I go back there and I jiggle it or tighten it or something like that. And it's fixed for now. If it's not like someone, a little bit mechanically competent, they row the fucking boat back. We only have one oar. It's an 18-foot ski boat. Like it's a lot to bring back to shore. Oh yeah. And it takes a while, but we just laugh at them and fuss that our time is burning.
I want you guys to also get the enjoyment.
Are you going back down there this summer to do that some more?
I expect to. Yeah, it should be.